How's it, guys? This is Darv M, and today I want to talk about Destiny's upcoming expansion, The Taken King. Release date 15th September 2015. Okay, what's the new expansion pack going to bring us? A new boss, new subclasses, new storyline, new quests, weapons and gear, Crucible game types, maps, and the long-awaited raid. Okay, let's start off. The new boss. His name is Oryx. He is an ancient hive god, and he is the Taken King. His whole sole purpose for being in our universe is revenge on Guardians for killing his son, Crota. We've all done the Crota raid. We've all done it many times. Oryx has now come to settle the score. He comes into our universe in a ship called the Dreadnought. He positioned in the rings of Saturn. This is a massive, impenetrable ship. It has secret passages. It has summoning pits. It's got just so much for us to work our way through and explore, and it's got loads of loot for us to find. Obviously, in his ship comes his army, possessed by darkness with special abilities and powers. These guys are the Taken. Okay, so let's look at the subclasses. We are looking at 3 new subclasses. The Hunter, which is a Night Stalker, so at last the Hunter's getting void damage. He's going to have a void bow. He's going to shoot this arrow, decimating the enemy or whoever he's shooting at, as well as capturing or holding guys in place with this void hold, so that you've got extra time to put on some extra damage to enemies while they've been held there. The next thing is the Warlock gets a Storm Caller. This is arc damage. Pretty much what happens, lightning comes out from the sky, fills up the Warlock with electricity, and he now floats around shooting bolts of lightning out of his hand, looking epic. The Titan, the Sunbreaker. Pretty much this is a similarity to Thor. Okay, the Titan's going to have a flaming hammer which he can throw just over and over again. It keeps coming back to him. And he can run around and hit guys with it as well, just absolutely smashing everything in his way. We've seen a lot of this from the Destiny's Vidoc that was released a couple of months ago. And these new subclasses look amazing. Okay, story-wise, in the Vidoc, we start off and we hear and see pretty much the Cabal are in trouble. They've sent out a distress signal and they are running from an enemy. What I gather is obviously the Taken, and the Taken King. Somewhere along the line, the Cabal managed to crash their ship into the Dreadnought, which then allows the Guardians a way into the Dreadnought to find Oryx, to explore the passages and all of that stuff. Bungie's weekly update on the 30th of July released a whole lot of images from concept art and in-game art of what the Dreadnought's going to look like. I've got some of these images here. You can take a look at them as I'm going through it. These look epic. The guys have spent some serious time making these look something that a hive god ship would look like. So the Dreadnought, apparently there are chests that we're going to have to find. They're not going to be easy to find. We're going to have to work our way around, hunting through the Dreadnought, trying to find these things. And not only that, but public events. Obviously, we're going to be able to do patrols through the Dreadnought, and public events are going to happen inside these. These public events are not going to be anything like we used to. Apparently, they're going to be bringing out bosses in a public event. So we'll be running around doing our normal things, and suddenly we got a boss to deal with, which makes patrols so much more exciting. I feel that this is just going to be like, I've got to do patrols on Earth or the moon. Yeah, okay, whatever. This now is going to be, hey guys, let's go do some patrols. Let's go see what boss we can find, kind of idea. They're also going to bring out quest lines. Now, on the subclasses, they're bringing quest lines out. So it's not just, guys, here's the new DLC or the expansion pack. And by the way, you get 3 new subclasses for your characters. This is going to be something we have to work for. Something that we're going to be challenged to get a final result, get a reward. Here's the new subclass. And I think that's amazing. They've also said that there are going to be quest lines for weaponry and armor, some powerful weaponry and armor. So I think maybe similar to like what the Thorns process is. You got to start off, you do a strike, you then have to go into the Crucible and show that you have some Crucible skills, and then you do another strike and you get your weapon. And at the end of that, you think, damn, I've worked for this Thorn, and that seems like what they're going to be doing in the Taken King as well, which is going to be awesome. Bungie's also mentioned that they're going to be bringing out new strikes, overrun with Taken, and bosses and that are more powerful than the strikes that we've been used to, which again is going to make strikes more exciting and more, I want to go do a strike, weaponry. Bungie released on the 23rd of July a couple of the insights and images to what the new weapons are going to be like. There's going to be factions that have specific weapons. So it's not just, okay, I'm going to go to this guy and get a weapon. You're going to go, hey, this weapon from this faction is way better than this weapon, or vice versa, whatever. So that's going to give us an opportunity to say, well, which faction am I? I'm a brawler kind of guardian. I run out. I want to be in the face of the enemy. So I'm going to go with the faction. Or I like long distance fighting. I want to use my sniper rifle. But this faction's got the best sniper rifle. So I'm going to, it's going to give us more choice there. It's also going to give us an opportunity to work through a quest line to get these weapons. Inside the update, the Bungie mentions there will be more choices than ever to arm yourself in the tower. So the factions are going to have their own guns. Classes will have their own guns. So whether you're a hunter, a Thor, or a Titan, most of us have our inventory and we swap them between the characters. Now they're saying we're looking at having this gun is for a Titan or a Warlock or a Hunter. So it sits in the inventory and you don't swap him around. They also mentioned that more quests will lead directly to specific guns, and even the gunsmith will have a new way to include you in his enterprise. Now this just sounds exciting. Like, how are they going to do this? What are they going to do? How is this all going to work? So this makes me like super exciting. I want to know how I can work with that gunsmith dude to get cool new guns and stuff like that. So all of this is just making it like, okay guys, you want new guns, you want new armor, let's work at it. Let's make it like an achievement that you've got. Also, Bungie's mentioned that sidearms. Okay, we saw one of the sidearms come out in the House of Wolves, But now they're saying that they're going to be a lot more sidearms. They're going to be more prominent in the Taken King, which sounds fantastic. The sidearm that we have had to use has been quite interesting. It's quite a nice weapon to use. But from what I've seen out there from Bungie's releases, the new sidearms are gonna be epic. Okay, next thing is light levels. Going back and looking at the Vidocs, there's quite a lot of different things that we can see from what might come from the light levels and base levels. Bungie hasn't mentioned anything as of yet what we can expect. But from what we've seen from this Vidoc, it looks like the new light level is going to be 50, the max level. It also looks like Bungie is giving us the opportunity to upgrade our base level, which currently is at 20. And from what I've seen and what other guys on the forums and webs have also noticed, is that this is now going to change to a max level of 30. How do we get there? This is the next thing. Are we going to, is this going to fall part of the quest, the story mode? Is it going to be just like what happened in the House of Wolves, where, okay, run the prison a couple of times, get new gear, and you're at the max 34? Or is it going to be, okay, you're going to have to go work at this? This is going to be something that not on day 2 you see a whole bunch of guys running around in light level 34, which was the House of Wolves. So yeah, I think seeing what happens with the new light levels is going to be awesome. Something that I've enjoyed with building my characters up is getting them to level 20 on the base level. So now having the opportunity to build them up, not just with having the luck of drop of gear or going into the Crucible and getting yourself a Crucible gear and Crucible marks and just buying the gear. Now we're going to have to work at it. That sounds amazing. Bungie's now also brought out that there are going to be 2 new Crucible game types. The first one is Mayhem and the next one is Rift. Okay, Mayhem, pretty much you go into the Crucible, join a Mayhem match, and your supers get supercharged. So they are reloading your supers. The time it takes for your super to be charged is now radically reduced. So the idea is you're running around and you're just throwing supers left, right, and center. You're throwing your grenades, throwing a super, throwing a grenade. Absolute mayhem. The next one is the Rift, or Rift. This is a capture the flag game type. So what they've got, instead of a flag, they've got what they call a spark. So your team goes, grabs the spark, and you now got to get to a point to deliver that spark. And they call it dunking. The cool thing is what they're also doing is they're saying, well, okay, if you dunk it, you get a couple of points. You get points for killing. You get points for this. But if you come in and do a reverse dunk, they're going to give you extra points for style, which just makes it sound awesome. We're not just running in and dropping something and you scoring. You're now trying to get in and you're trying to make sure that you get that reverse dunk so you can get the extra style points so that your team keeps on the winning side and making the points up, which sounds just phenomenal. I want to try this out. I want to run with my fire team and see what we can do on that. Obviously, if you don't have the spark, you're the defending team. You guys have to stop the guys with the spark in any which way or form. Which again sounds exciting. Like which side are they coming from? Where they're coming? We got to protect this point. So that Rift, Mayhem, both sound epic. Bungie hasn't mentioned a lot when it comes to the new raid. They have said, yes, definitely, with the Taken King, there is a new raid. In the Vidoc, we've seen some videos, clips of what might be the raid, boss. I got a sneaky suspicion the main boss at the end of the raid is going to be Oryx. But I think we're going to be introduced to some serious other guys. What they are, how the raid's going to work. Bungie's mentioned it's not going to be like what Crota was. Crota is a very simple, easy raid to run. And what they've mentioned is they're going to work more along the lines of the Vault of Glass. You got to jump across a section where the blocks disappear, kind of thing. You got to have a relic that you go into the past or the future, and you got to kill oracles and cleanse yourselves before you get out, and then use the relic to shoot the big boss. So there's more mechanics to it. There's more puzzling to it. I can't wait. This is going to be something that me and my mates are going to just get into and try our best to see what it's like. We've done a couple of the raids. We've done the Vault of Glass. We've done the Crotas on the normal modes. We haven't even got to the point of looking at them on the hard modes yet. So we want to, before the Taken King, we want to try those out. But what Bungie's proposing in this new raid sounds like it's going to be epically mind-blowing compared to what we've seen in Crota's End or in the Vault of Glass, which is just going to be, it's going to be getting guys back. It's going to be bringing more people into Bungie because they're excited about it. This is going to be something that draws the crowds in, kind of idea. Bungie's mentioned also in the weekly updates that they're changing how the quest progression thing goes. The little things that they're changing, like if you're going and doing your bounties, you'll be able to see it on your menu window, and you'll be able to hand bounties in without going into the tower, which makes your life easier. Really, let's be honest. To be able to run a patrol and you want to just hand your bounties in, because from there you want to go into a raid, or you want to do strikes, or you want to do the weekly or nightfall, and you don't want to have to go back into the tower and hand those in. That's amazing. Other things that they're going to be increasing is the number of bounties we can carry. At the moment we're running at 10 bounties. From what I've seen in screenshots, in the Vidoc, stuff like that, in weekly updates, Bungie's proposing 16 bounty slots that we can hold, which is fantastic. To be able to just load up all the bounties and off you go, and you play the game and you get your bounties, you get your stuff sorted out. You don't have to keep going back to the tower. I think that's going to be amazing. It's just saving us a lot of time and effort so that we get to play the game more. Everything that I've seen so far just makes the Taken King look amazing. I am so hyped and excited for the 15th of September. I cannot wait to be able to do the new game stories, the new missions, the new raid, check out the new weapons, all of that stuff. So I'm excited about this. I hope you guys are excited about it. Don't forget to rate, don't forget to comment, subscribe. I play Destiny on a regular basis. My YouTube videos will be about guides, walkthroughs, my thoughts. So yeah, pop me a message, pop me a subscribe, let me know how you guys feel. Cheers and have a good one. We'll see you out in Destiny. This is Davem. Cheers.